Good afternoon. The time is 1 p.m. and I'd like to call this workshop to order. My name is Christy McGill, Deputy Superintendent for Educator Effectiveness and Family Engagement, and I'm also joined by my NDE Tech and Policy Support, David, Katie, and Martha. As we get started with the agenda, I'd like to share a few housekeeping items. While we are pleased to be able to meet in person again, some participants may join our meeting virtually. As always, we ask for your patience with any technical difficulties we may encounter. I also want to remind our audience that workshops can be viewed via live stream with closed captioning. I'll remind participants to turn off your microphone or mute yourself when you're not speaking, and remember to turn on your microphone or unmute when you'd like to make a comment. Of course, remember that you are on video and being broadcast live stream on the Nevada Department of Education's website. Please make sure you have signed in, regardless of whether you intend to provide public comment. If you have indicated you'd like to provide public comment, please complete a comment card and submit it to Martha in the south or Katie in the north. Please make sure to note which workshop or hearing you would like to provide comment for. Public comment may also be submitted to the NVE Board Ed at doe.nv.gov. Please make sure to note in the subject or body which workshop your comment addresses. While we have an opening and closing public comment period for comments related to the regulation process, public comment will be taken specifically under each workshop. The times marked on the agenda indicate we may not begin a workshop prior to the time listed. However, should an item take longer, we may begin a workshop later than the time listed. As a reminder, workshops are one of the first steps of the regulatory process as we begin to develop language with the feedback of our stakeholders and communities. This means that there is often no language yet drafted for the workshop. All of today's meeting materials are available on the department's website, and copies of the notice are available for review at the sign-in table. On to agenda item number 2, public comment period number 1. I will open the first period of public comment under agenda item number 2. I'll remind the audience that if you wish to provide public comment about a specific workshop, there'll be time for comments after each workshop presentation. Please be sure to fill out the comment card, turn on the microphone, and begin by stating your name for the record. Please note, I will limit your comments to 3 minutes. We'll take public comment in Carson City first and then move on to Las Vegas. If you are unable to attend in person but would like to provide public comment, please submit your written statement to nvboard@doe.nv.gov before the close of the workshop. All right, are there any public comments in person in Carson City? All right, seeing none, are there any in Las Vegas?
There are no public comments in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Martha. And have any written comments been submitted? All right, Katie has said no. On to agenda item number 3. It is 1:04, and I'll open the workshop for proposed amendments relating to the sponsorship of charter schools. Oh, sorry. I have 2 different times. All right, we'll just give it a few seconds, and then we'll open it up. All right, on to agenda item number 3. It is 1:05, and I will open the workshop to proposed amendments relating to the sponsorship of charter schools. I'll invite Katie Broughton, educator program professional from the Department of Education, to provide a brief summary of the proposed regulation.
Good afternoon. My name is Katie Broughton, and I am the Legislative Liaison in the Office of the Superintendent for the Nevada Department of Education. I am here today to briefly review the proposed changes to NAC 388A.120, sponsorship of charter schools by boards of trustees in the Nevada System of Higher Education. During the 82nd legislative session, the legislature passed Assembly Bill 400, which authorizes a city or county to apply to the Department of Education for authorization to sponsor charter schools. The cities and counties cannot exceed a student enrollment of 7% of students enrolled in the city or county, and the charter school must be entirely located within the incorporated area of the city or the unincorporated area of the county. The proposed changes to NAC 388A.120 aligns to the language of AB 400 and ensures that the NAC reflects these proposed changes and provides authority to cities and counties to apply to the Department of Education for authorization to sponsor charter schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. I will now open up public comment for this regulation. Are there any public comments in Carson City? All right, seeing no one rushing the front. Martha, is there any public comment in Las Vegas?
There's no public comment in Las Vegas.
And are there any members of the public who have had written public comment?
No written public comment has been submitted.
All right, if there are no further comments, I will close this workshop at 1:07 p.m. All right. All right, on to agenda item number 4. It is 1:10. I will open the workshop for proposed amendments relating to the submission of the agenda and minutes of public meetings of charter school governing bodies. I will invite Ryan Herrick, General Counsel to the State Public Charter Authority, to provide a brief summary of the proposed regulation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ryan Herrick from the Charter Authority. For the record, I want to thank Department of Education for allowing me to present on this item today. The proposed changes to NAC 388A.525 seek to eliminate and streamline the requirement for charter schools to submit certain draft documents to their sponsor. These documents relate to charter school governing body board minutes. I want to emphasize that this does not lessen any of the open meeting law requirements that charter school governing bodies are required to comply with. Those requirements are all the same. This just eliminates duplicative and unnecessary submissions to a charter school sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herrick. I'll now open up public comment for this regulation. Are there any public comments in Carson City? Seeing none, we'll bounce it down to Las Vegas. Are there any public comments in Las Vegas?
There are no public comments in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Martha. And are there any members of the public who have written in to provide comment?
No written public comment has been submitted at this time.
Thank you, Katie. If there are no further comments, I will close this workshop at 1:11. Next is agenda item number 5, public comment period 2. I will now open public comment period 2, which is for non-agenda items within department's jurisdiction. Please be sure to fill out a comment card, turn on the microphone, and begin by stating your name for the record. Please note, I will limit your comments to 3 minutes. We'll take public comment in Carson City first, then move on to Las Vegas. If you are unable to attend in person but would like to provide public comment, please submit your written statement to nvboard@doe.nv.gov before the close of the workshop. Are there any comments in person in Carson City?